Number 1 in 88 Films Italian collection and released in 1975 is Night Train Murders, directed by Aldo Lado. And this is a really strange movie because it feels very much like a take on Last House on the Left, but delivered in a really weird fashion. So we're thrown into this movie where we meet two kids who are going to travel back to their parents' house from college. They're taking the trains to get the sights, just hang out, chit chat and do a little bit of bonding. We're also given a look into these two petty criminals who are just kind of robbing and making their way to the same train that the girls were going to be on by hook or by crook. And we are introduced to a few other characters who are going to fade away as the movie moves on, but one will stick, and that is this kind of rich, affluent looking woman who has a bit of a dark side, but we'll discover more of. And the first half hour of the movie is all about getting to know the female characters, getting into their world, kind of discovering a little bit about them, about their histories and their sexual exploits or lack thereof in certain cases. And we also meet this strange affluent woman who, like I said, her bag falls open at one point and there's some dirty pictures in there that fall out, and these two criminals are on the train as well. And these two guys meet up with the girls and they have a little bit of rapport, a little bit of a chit chat, and they talk and kind of help each other out. And when this affluent woman comes by, one of the guys goes into the bathroom with her, tries on his luck, and wouldn't you believe it, it comes off, and they kind of have a little bit of fun in that bathroom. And from that moment on, this woman becomes a puppet master, kind of poking, prodding, antagonising, and making these two low-level criminals do the kind of things that she wants them to do that aren't particularly nice. And when things go awry and these girls swap trains, they find themselves stuck within a cabin with these other three characters, and for most of the rest of the movie it is these five characters in this cabin of torture. This is about 30-40 minutes into the movie, and you start to see this matriarchal woman control these two criminals and really terrorise these two girls. First it becomes kind of thinly veiled threats, then it becomes more sexualised and forcing the girls to do things they don't want to, making them see things they don't want to, and it becomes rather torturous. It's never as in your face as, say, I Spit in Your Grave or Last House on the Left, but it gets to situations like that, and ultimately throughout certain things that happen, it goes on a familiar route. If you've seen Last House on the Left, you'll know where this is going. And where we're following all these characters is kind of really strangely juxtaposed with the parents that they're going to visit, them having a Christmas party and having friends and that over. And that feels really odd as you see this family who they seem to have a kind of bit of relationship trouble, but the way they deal with it throughout the night is really interesting. And at the final of the movie you get to a kind of violent end. The movie has interesting moments, but it feels a little bit displaced in the way that it tells them. Having that long build up of the girls should be there to really make you care about them, but ultimately what happens to them is really distasteful and kind of robs the movie of having characters that you want to see survive, because early on things happen to them that you know is going to be hard to walk away from. When you get to the end of the movie, which I won't spoil for you, but there is a conclusion that I was really deeply unhappy with, and it's not the Hollywood choice, and that's what you get a lot with these Italian movies. They have these kind of endings where not everything is wrapped up in a bow. Not all the good guys are dealt with, not all the bad guys are dealt with, but this one left a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth because I knew that this was a horrible event that needed to have a little bit more closure for me because of the two girls, because of how nice they were. I liked them, and I wanted to see a happier of endings in this one. I think I'm getting a little bit too far ahead of myself, giving too much away. I liked the two girls, and I think that was key to the movie, the fact that I did like them as much as I did. I didn't like the two guys, which again was perfect casting, perfect writing, the way it created them as antagonistic nature towards the protagonist was really good. But ultimately, it was a movie, much like Last House on the Left, that I watched. I'm happy I've seen. I don't know if I'm going to rush back to see this one again. Otherwise known as Late Night Trains, I believe Night Train Murders was an interesting watch. One that I don't know if I can fully recommend, but I would love to know your opinion of it. Hopefully you're enjoying these reviews that I'm doing. I really am passionate about movies, and if you feel that this is the time that I have earned your subscription, there is a little red box below this video. I'd be over the moon if you were to click to make sure you get notifications of my reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.